If you don't like your current
Please
job,
don't
do
make the
this.
mistake of looking down on your job. Don't ever make that mistake. Okay? Don't ever make that mistake of looking down on what you do. Do you get it? So even if you don't like what you're doing right now, please, I want to beg you. Instead of looking down on what you do, work on yourself. Work on yourself. Don't let anybody look down on your service. As long as you're not breaking the law, as long as you're not stealing, you're not a thief, you're not an armed robber, as long as you're not using your body for prostitution, as long as you're not doing something that is not allowed by the law of the land and the law of God, please. People are out there. Many of them are not achieving their goal. They are not happy. Okay, pardon me, I've not greeted you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I don't know where you're watching from, depending on where you're watching from. This is Mike Osage Principles. This is my talk principles on Mike Osage TV, and this is another episode on my talk on general issues of life. Okay, so for today we're talking on why you shouldn't look down on your job, because I noticed that when you ask some people, what do you do? Do you get it? When you ask them, what do you do? They are kind of shy to say what they do. Okay? As long, see, you're actually betraying what you do, because if what you do is what puts food on your table, if what you do is what puts food on your table, I don't see any reason why you should be shy to say, this is what I do. You get it? So why are you shy to say this is what you do? Okay? Because if you don't like what you're doing right now, it doesn't mean that you can do a better thing tomorrow that is more satisfying and will also meet your financial requirement. Okay, so when you say Amito, you want to kind of bring out find a way to explain what you do. Come on, ask me, Mike, what do you do? I'm a teacher and I'm also a content creator. It's as simple as that. How about side hustles, which like kind of hustles that don't, you know, these ones don't bring that. It's not like a regular thing. But the regular thing I do is content creation, and I'm a regular teacher. Like, there's no day that I don't teach. Even if I'm in my house, I'm still teaching. As I'm talking to you now, I'm teaching. So I'm teaching and also doing a content creation. Tomorrow, it could be in form of a comedy skit. It could be in form of having a conversation with a celebrity. Okay, it could be anything. And it's content and it's created and I put it there and I get my views. Okay, so you don't. Okay, for example, if you've not met me up for the first time, you ask me right now, I'll tell you I'm a teacher. You get it? So then with time you get to find out other things I do, because this is what I'm born to do. Okay, so if you're a banker and you're not happy with the banking job, or you sell a car on the street, and you cannot see you sell a car on the street, but you know that the akara you're selling, people are coming to buy. And even people that are driving big cars. Like there's a lady that sells a car at a job in Lekki. Do you know that for you to even get a car from her in the morning, you have to pass through some stress. Like you kind of queue up. And this lady, she's really fine. Even better than many people that think they are putting on the tie and jumping from Okada to Keke in the morning. I said, just bring that woman assets and bring yours and see if you are even half of what she has. Do you get it? So please don't look down on what you do. The only advice I have for you is that if you don't like what you're doing, then you can actually start working on yourself. Okay, because the beginning might be very rough. Even for God, it was rough for him. You get it? So that's what I would like to click let me show you the book of Genesis chapter 1. Look at the stress that God passed through in the beginning. Just chapter 1 verse 1 there. Even God himself had a kind of a rough beginning with this earth. And what happened? With time, everything became better. He said, chapter 1 verse 1 said, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth was without form. There was it was formless, like a mobile, no shape. You get it? And void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Everywhere was dark, everywhere was rough for him. You get it? And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. What helps you out of the state you are right now is the spirit. It's your spirit. What does the spirit want? What does the spirit entails? What does the spirit yearn for? The spirit of God was yearning for something better. So the spirit of God did not run away from the difficulty. The spirit of in fact, this chapter one gives us a deep lesson that you might not even know the depths of what God is teaching you in this chapter one. Your spirit should not run away from your problem. He said, and the spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. So that prompted the work. The first work was what? And God said, let there be light. If I let me stop there, because I have not really come to preach. Okay, this is not a preaching series. This is just a general teaching series. Look at it. It was the Spirit of God that was present that led to the work. So now you don't like what you're doing, right? Okay, fine. Then what is your spirit yearning for? As you're doing that thing you don't like, then what do? You start yearning for what you want. From what you're doing, you can start acting upon what you're doing to become what you want to become. It's as simple as that. I know right now I'm teaching, but I know what I want to become in the next 5 years, which I wouldn't want to reveal to you right now. You get it? So you know what you want to become. You don't want to become a regular teacher that you wake up in the morning, you dress up, or a regular content creator. You look forward to something, right? Okay. Now, what do you want to become? Okay, you want to remain a content creator. Are you going to change your content? Are you going to change your content over time? So you see the vision. God has already seen the vision of what He wants the earth to become. So the Spirit of God was acting upon the difficulty to create something out of it. So instead of you being shy and say, okay, today this is what I do. And when you ask, what do you want? Is that what you want to do for the rest of your life? No. I'm just using this as a stepping stone to what I want to become. So that's it. So do not hate your job. Do not look down on your job. This is just the part one of it. The part two, I'm going to break down the different type of jobs so that you know the job you belong to and why you shouldn't look down on it. So I'll be breaking it down into primary, secondary, and tertiary jobs. So you know the one you belong to and the importance of that thing that you're doing. So that you shouldn't look down on it and don't give room to anybody to look down on what you do. So, like I always say, the name remain Mike Osage TV on all the platforms: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So except for TikTok, that it's just a single word, Mike Osage TV, because you can actually space a username in TikTok. But every other thing is just Mike Osage. Instagram Mike underscore Osage underscore TV, as in MIKE. Please, why don't you just visit these platforms and like, follow, comment on this teaching so that you can be the first person to receive the teaching whenever I drop them. So thank you for now. I hope to see you on the part two on don't look down on your job.